this is going to drape down like that, but then I'm going to take another loop and go like that, and then I can just pull it like that. And you can do it even more times if you're feeling like you want to be more secure. You could keep doing that all day if you're, if you really felt worried about something. Yeah. All right. So what I'm trying to show here is the wind. Doesn't matter what direction it's coming from, but it totally matters what direction it's coming from. If you don't know which direction it's coming from, you don't know where you're going to be able to sail or how to set up the boat and everything. So wherever the wind is coming from, you figure that out first, and then you figure out where you want to go and how you're going to get there. So the thing about a sailboat is you can't sail directly into the wind. There's a big bunch of the wind that if you just point the boat up in there, the sails just flop. You have no drive in the sail. The boat won't go anywhere. In fact, it'll start to go backwards. So there's a slice of the pie. If you think of the wind and the compass, there's a huge part of the compass, well, the smaller the boat in particular, and also catamarans, but that you can't sail up into. So what we can sail into is about from here all the way around that compass to about here. So if we want to go upwind, let's say we want to get here, what we have to do is sail here, and then here, and that's how we get upwind. And that's called tacking. Sailing upwind anywhere from 90 degrees off the wind. This is I'm going to call this the compass because that's kind of the way you're going to end up thinking about it. And here's 0 degrees on the compass, and it's 90 over here. Some of you had a little of that geometry stuff, I'm sure already. It's 90, it's 180 down here. That's dead downwind. But if you want to go upwind, you have to do what's called tacking. So you have to go back and forth to get somewhere upwind. Now, if you want to go downwind, you can go dead downwind, actually. It's not as fast as going like this downwind. That's a little faster. When you get racy, that's a fun way to sail. That's the way you gotta sail if you want to be a winner, is to go back and forth. But going back and forth downwind like that is called jibing. So this is jibing, is going downwind back and forth, and going upwind back and forth is called tacking. So those are the two sort of main, and then there's some more specific terms depending on where you are. If you're going straight between jibing and tacking, that's called beam reaching. Everything below here is called a reach, and everything up here is called, I don't want to get into too much verbiage, but it's called a beat of all things. You're beating to weather and you're reaching off the wind. So that's enough of that. It's a little confusing. So the main thing is, once again, that I want to talk about is that it's always about where the wind is coming from. And if this little island right here is your destination and you're over here and the wind is coming from this direction, you're probably pretty good, to go this way. But if the island was over here, you couldn't go straight upwind to get to the island. You'd have to go out here and then come back. And that's what you have to think about when you're going upwind, is tacking. And you can only point as high as you can point before the sails start to luff. And that's what you'll learn too when you're sailing, is how high you can bring that bow up into the wind before it starts to not do you any good anymore. You start kind of just like flopping the sail, and then what you have to do is you just lay that nose off a little bit, a couple of degrees, the sail fills up, and you can point as high as the boat will let you. Sometimes some boats are very pointy, in other words, they can maybe go higher into the wind. And then some boats are kind of, they don't point so well, and catamarans are like that, except they make up for it because they're very fast. So it's just sort of a different geometry in boats and so forth. But the same idea applies. Tacking, going upwind, jibing, going downwind. Those are the two main terms. And then if you're going dead downwind, that's called running. If you're going sort of off the wind like this for a long time, that's called reaching. I'm going to write it sideways. Sorry. This is running, reaching, and that's called a beam reach here. If because the wind is coming basically right at the side of the boat. This is where the wind is coming right on the beam of the wind, so that's called a beam reach, just sort of sideways. Now that would be something on a windy day that you probably wouldn't want to do. You'd be very overpowered. And again, here would be those are the different ways you're affected by the wind. And that's really why you got to get out in the boat and go sailing, so that you can feel that. Everybody should drive. Everybody should take turns feeling what it's like, because when you drive the boat, you guys have all driven boats, of course, but most of you. But sailing, with the stick, because it's kind of opposite. If you want to make the bow go up, you sort of push the tiller away from you, and you need to just feel that. It'll come to you automatically. You'll know it instantly. Let me see, what else can I talk about? Just to be one of the first things that you're going to want to be able to do is get home. So, let's say here's a dock sticking out here, and the wind's coming from this direction. So what you want to do with your boat is basically you're going to come pretty fast sailing like this, but when you round up into the wind, that's like putting the brakes on. So you have to think about how long it'll take to sort of coast up to the corner of your dock. Hopefully you'll be able to coast up here and not bash into it. But what I recommend doing is you coast up to the corner, and if it looks like, oh no, I'm going too fast, you just kind of turn and go away, and you come around and do it again. That's, there's always a plan B. That's the one thing that you're going to learn with sailing is be thinking about, okay, if this doesn't go the way I want it to go, what's my bailout plan? And just keep that in mind, and you'll look real smart when you're coming up to a dock, coming a little hot. Instead of bashing into it like millions of people do all the time, you just casually go, okay, I came too hot, and turn around, and you'll learn how to tack and jive around and come back up and do the perfect landing the second time. That's how a boat slows down. You don't have brakes on a boat. What you do is you just sail up into the wind, because you'll stop. The power turns off, and you just sort of flop, and the sail stops. And the way you see it on a boat when you're sailing is that boom. When you go up into the wind, the boom will come right down the middle of the boat, and you'll be next to it, and you'll be ducking, and you'll be going like this. But that's how you know when you're perfectly dead into the wind, and that's when you know you're putting on the brakes, and you're going to have a perfect approach when you go home. So speaking of going home, I think I've got as much attention out of you as I should demand. So you guys are great, and I think you'll have so much fun if you just kind of keep repeating this stuff, quiz each other, learn